My wife whispered another man's name in her sleep. At 3 a.m., I was lying awake in our home in Manchester when my wife rolled over and softly whispered a name in her sleep. Ryan. My stomach dropped. For months, I'd ignored the signs. The late nights at work. The sudden obsession with looking perfect before leaving the house. The phone she never let out of her sight. But hearing that name shattered every excuse I'd made for her. The next morning, after she left for work, I opened her laptop. She'd forgotten to log out of her email. What I found changed everything. There were hundreds of messages between her and a colleague named Ryan. They weren't just having an affair, they were laughing at me. One message read, "He's harmless. He'll never leave me." Another called me background noise. I sat there in silence, reading a year's worth of betrayal. That evening, she came home acting as if nothing had happened. I looked at her and asked, "How's Ryan?" The color drained from her face. "I read the emails," I said. She didn't deny it. Instead, she accused me of invading her privacy. That was all I needed to hear. I grabbed my keys, walked out the front door, and drove away. For the first time in years, I felt free. Over the next week, I hired a solicitor, gathered my financial records, and started divorce proceedings. Meanwhile, my wife kept sending messages. "We can work through this. Please don't throw away 12 years. But she'd already thrown them away. Then came the twist. I discovered she hadn't told anyone the truth. Her family believed we'd simply hit a rough patch. So I sent one honest message to everyone. "We're divorcing because she's been having an affair with a colleague for nearly a year." No insults. No drama. Just facts. The fallout was immediate. Her parents were furious. Her sister called to apologize. And then Ryan started pulling away. Turns out he wasn't interested in a serious relationship once the excitement disappeared. A few days later, my wife turned up at my mate's flat where I was staying. She stood on the doorstep and said, "You made me look like a terrible person." I looked her straight in the eye. "No," I replied. "You did that yourself. I just stopped covering for you." For the first time, she had no answer. As she walked away, I realized something. I wasn't angry anymore. I wasn't heartbroken. I was done. The marriage didn't end when I found the emails. It ended at 3 a.m., when the woman I trusted most whispered another man's name in her sleep. And honestly, that was the moment I finally woke up.